Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. Today is Wednesday, the 30th of August, 2017. There's bees flying around outside, so hopefully
Just ignore them.
we're going to try to ignore them. But you know what, Dammy? Today is Wednesday, the 30th of August, 2017, and that means it's our 5th Podiversary! Yay! We'll talk about that more in a minute. In a few minutes. So this is episode 257, and we are in Seattle, Washington. Well, we're actually in Snohomish, which is a suburb, or just, it's like north of Seattle.
Oh, my bag has flowers on it. I'll take that bag inside after all the needles.
Dammy has a project bag that has flowers on it, and the bees think they're really flowers.
Okay, continue.
Okay. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys, to all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. They probably are attracted to the bright pink of my project bag as well.
Bees can't see color, I don't think.
Oh, they can't?
I'm pretty sure it has to do with the scent of it, which is why it wants your coffee.
Oh, because it's
And your
sweet.
yarn might also smell nice as well.
Oh, it could, because we have yarn on the table to show y'all. Sorry, we got totally distracted here.
It's okay, the bee just wants to say hello.
Hello. Okay, so we had to regroup because we wanted to record outside, but a bee kept coming after us. So we keep getting blown out when we open the window to the blind to record in front of it. So today's not going to be outdoors. Sorry. Maybe I can do a little film to put after the credits outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, help me remember to do that. Okay, so we're going to try this again. So, Dammy, we had some people introduce themselves in the Ravelry group this week. Why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Catriona, who is Catriona Eileen from Scotland. Charlene, who is WCHA from Washington. Kim, who is BZ Mom of 2 from Iowa. Allison, who is Allison Brophy from Manchester. And Valerie, who is a bit of whimsy from Arizona.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. Thanks for joining the group. So, Dammy, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because we will give you a shout out on our next episode, and you'll be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. And we have a new owl starting later this week, so we'll talk about that later in the show. Mm-hmm. All right, we have quite a bit to talk to you about, so let's get started.
Now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Dammy?
I am still working on the two things I have been working on, but I have made significant progress on both of them. So I'm working on the Hades scarf, which is on US 6's 4mm needles. And the yarn is Ginger's Hand-Dyed Sheepish Decay in the Moon River colorway. Mm-hmm. And I am halfway through the skein, and I did several repeats this week at a place which we will talk about later.
So did you weigh the yarn after you did those repeats or before?
After.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, if I can just get a time to sit down, and each half a repeat took half an hour. So if I can just do like...
Maybe we should turn on some TV or something and just knit.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else are you working on?
Also working on the 5th Podiversary sample sock, which we will also talk about more later, what it's for. It's on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters, and US 2.5, 3 millimeters, 3.5? I can't remember.
Hold on, I will look while you talk about it.
It's on my project page. And the yarn is All About Yarn Sparkle Owl in an as of yet unnamed colorway.
Yes, 2.5 is a 3.
Okay, and don't know if I finished the heel last week, but I have finished the heel and done 2 or 3 repeats on the leg. So I think I need 2 more. I don't think I need 3 more.
How many rows are the repeats? I can't remember.
They are 12.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then it has a special cuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but it'll still probably take the same amount of time.
Yeah,
as a normal
it might
cuff.
just take a few extra minutes just because of the extra part in it. But
Okay. And I've got a pattern set out for Persephone, so once I finish the Hades, I can do that. I think I'm gonna do it on the same size needles, but I'm not sure. It might be too loose with the fingering weight yarn.
What yarn is it you're going to use for that?
Wild Happy Color.
Oh, okay. What I'm using.
Yes.
Different color of what I'm using right now. Where is the label? There it is. Wild Happy Color.
Okay, so that's all I'm working on. So what are you working on?
Okay, I'm working on a couple things. First up is birthday socks for my bestie Katie. Her birthday is in October, just like all the awesome people are. We're both October babies too. I'm using my French vanilla cappuccino sock pattern, which you can get on Ravelry. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Wild Happy Color, hand-dyed yarn, authentic base in the Northern Lights colorway. And I finished sock number 1. How gorgeous is that yarn? Oh my gosh, I love how it turned out. And I cast on the second one, so I finished the toe, and let's see, let me turn it that way. I'm trying to hide this stitch marker from y'all, sorry, because it's still a secret. So I finished the toe, and then this is what I've done on the foot. So I'm making really good progress on that. I was in a car for several hours yesterday, and so I knit on that and got quite a lot done. And the other thing I'm working on, this is birthday knitting week apparently, I'm working on Dammy's 18th birthday shawl, which I had just barely cast on last week when a week and a half ago when we had recorded. So I'm using the My Lucky Number pattern by Therese Headland. I'm on US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Napier's Knits in the purple swallowtail variegated colorway. I'm trying to see how to hold this up. Okay, here we go. So it started over here at this point. Can you like pull down there we go. So do you guys see these ruffle things? So what I decided to do, so this pattern, you choose what number you want to do it. And what is your lucky number? And since it's for Dammy's 18th birthday, I decided 18. So I do 18 rows of increase and then 18 rows of decrease, and it makes this.
How do you make it pointier?
You would need to do less. So it's just got kind of a wavy pattern along the edge, and I have about 30 grams of yarn left. I'm not quite through this repeat. I should be able to get at least one more full repeat, and then we'll see how much I have left, because I don't think I want to do any partial repeats of it. So, but yeah, I might have that finished by next week, which would be good because I have another shawl I need to cast on, which I will show y'all the yarn for in Yummies. And that's everything that is currently on my needles. All right, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
It camouflages. So this is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 35 for the year. I did it, the pattern is the top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's my pattern. It's a free pattern. I used US 6's 4 mil needles, and this yarn is Manos del Uruguay Alegria Grande in the petal colorway. I reviewed this in last week's episode, and I had some left over from the cowl that I knit. So I knit a preemie hat, and I still have a little more yarn left. So it is soft. This is number 35 for the year. And that is everything that I have finished. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. Dammy.
What?
Today,
Yeah.
it's our 5th Podiversary. We took a staged photo a few minutes ago because I wanted something cool. So like Backstage Knitting Podcast, for their first Podiversary, they had a stack of donuts. And I thought I might copy that.
A stack of one donut.
No, it was a stack of several donuts. And I thought we might copy that, which I told them that we might, but I ended up getting these amazing, they're soft sugar cookies with frosting, but I forgot to get candles. So we used toothpicks that had the little flags on the little things on the end of them. There's 5 cookies and 5 thingies. I bought more than 5 cookies, but I put 5 on the plate. So we had some last night, and then we'll have some more today. So it's our 5th Podiversary. Dammy, I feel like I would like... What?
I don't have anything prepared to say. You look like you have things prepared to say.
I don't have anything prepared, but I'm going to say something anyway.
Okay.
I think I would like to say thank you so much to everybody who watches our podcast. We have continued doing this for 5 years because of y'all and because of your support and love and the community that has formed around this podcast. Y'all have been with us through some very good times and some very difficult times, through exciting things and through sad things. And our week doesn't feel complete if we're not recording. So last week on Wednesday when we weren't recording, it felt very off, even though we had recorded a couple days earlier. So no matter how long you've been with us on this journey, we just want to say thank you. And we love you guys a lot. And you're amazing. Do you want to throw in any words?
No.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, speaking of it being our 5th Podiversary, the pre-orders opened up for our 5th Podiversary kits. So these kits are limited edition. Over half of them have sold already. Just letting you know. It's going to have a skein of yarn from Jenny of All About Yarn. It's going to have the sock pattern that Dammy is currently working on, the sample for. It's going to have an exclusive stitch marker from Ann Tudor. Y'all might remember that she does the glass stitch markers. I have some of her sheep ones and her cat ones.
Don't you have the rainbow?
No, I don't have the rainbow ones. Those we've given as a giveaway. I think there might be actually a set of them in the summertime, Al.
I thought I had rainbow ones.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Anyway, they're beautiful, beautiful. And then lots of other goodies that I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but you're going to love them, and they totally scream Geeky Girls Knit. So the kits are $60 plus a flat $10 shipping charge. Part of the kit's going to be coming from here in the US and part from the UK, so this is going to be a 6 to 8 week pre-order. Speaking of, if you pre-ordered the Outlander kit, it shipped out yesterday. So it should be on its way to you, and I inputted the tracking numbers, so you should have gotten an email from PayPal. So it's going to be a 6 to 8 week ship time. That part's not applicable anymore because pre-orders already started. So we are closing pre-orders on Saturday. Is that the 2nd?
Yeah.
Saturday the 2nd. Actually, we will probably close them the morning of Sunday the 3rd, just so that it does everybody's time zone. So if you want to pre-order, you need to go to javapearldesigns.com, and there is a image there on the very first part that says Geeky Girls Knit and has like a party hat and such. Click on that and it'll take you to the page to pre-order. Like I said, over half of them, let me think how many, what percentage has sold? 56% have sold. So if you want one, you need to get it ordered because they are limited edition and they will not be repeated again. So thank you to everybody who's already pre-ordered. Okay, Dammy, I visited a couple of yarn shops in the last week and a half, and you visited one. So let me start with the first one. So just before we were going to be leaving to come up here to Seattle on the train, our host took us, so this was after we had left the Knitmore girls. They had a family thing, and so we needed to move out a few days before we left. So we stayed with a couple from church, which was totally fine. It was lovely. They are the ones that took us to Carmel by the Sea. So anyway, she had taken me to the grocery store so I could pick up some food things to take on the train. And in the same shopping center was a yarn store. So of course I had to go. So this was called Green Planet Yarns. I linked it in the show notes, and I did buy yarn for me. So this I had never heard of before, but I'm very excited to try it. This is called the Mineville Wool Project. And this is their 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend. It's a heavy fingering. It's 115 grams, 345 meters. And it doesn't have a color name. It's just 36-4 is the color name. Look at that. And it's got purples. So this like totally screamed Geeky Girls Knit to me. I think I am going to use it to make some fingerless mitts for this year. I might even do faux stripy sleeves of warmth. Just not stripe it, just use this for it. I don't know. But I picked this up and it's gorgeous. And then I got another skein of yarn, but it's not for me. I'm just going to knit something for someone from it. Oh, I was like, what are you doing? The Hubs is back there. Do you want to come say hi? The Hubs is coming. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to come tell the people how excited you are that it's our 5th Podiversary?
Very excited.
Come around here and peek in on the camera.
I am so excited.
Are you so excited or so excited?
Well, I can't do that sideways and upside down.
Okay. You're excited that we got cookies.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the cookies.
Okay. Would you like to say anything to them about the last 5 years that we've been recording?
I don't know. I was.
Neither did I.
Do you want to tell them thank you for being part of our lives?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say before we go back to yarn?
I was going to ask you a question, but wait till a break.
Okay. We'll talk about yarn and then we'll talk to you. Okay. So the lady that we were staying with, I offered to knit her a shawl or a pair of socks. She decided on a shawl if she wanted to pick up the yarn. So I got some yarn from Neighborhood Fiber Co., also at Green Planet Yarns. This is their rustic fingering, which is 100% superwash merino, 470 yards to 4 ounces, and the color is Shaw. And it's this, that's truer. So it's this deep wine burgundy with black. Let me see all that.
It's lighter than wine.
I went ahead and had them cake it up for me so I wouldn't have to wind it. Isn't that beautiful though? And I'm really excited to be working with this yarn because, spoiler, for our new book that's coming out in the spring, Neighborhood Fiber Co. did one of the colorways. And we have it, and we've got to get started on designing for that. But I have one other pattern I have to design first. So that is what I picked up from Neighborhood Fiber Company. From Green Planet Yarns. It was a beautiful shop. They had so many choices. I was like overwhelmed by all the lovely yarn. And then Monday night? Today's Wednesday. Yes. Monday night, one of our podcast viewers, Nadine, who lives in the area, invited us to go with her to her knit night at her local yarn store. And its schedules just worked. We've had another invitation and scheduling just did not work for us to be able to go. But so we went with Nadine to Yarn of Eden, and there's a link in the show notes to that as well. And Dammy picked up a skein of yarn to use for a design. So you want to tell them about what you got?
This is Dream in Color yarn, the classy base. This is actually one of the Hamilton colorways that they've done. This is Burr.
I love it.
I don't
really
know if
wanted
915 is the colorway name or Dilot.
Probably Dilot.
This is Burr. I picked the one with the most yellow.
For your design.
Yes.
So what is the makeup of this yarn?
It is 100% superwash merino. 4 ounces is 250 yards, but I don't think this is 4 ounces.
No, it's 4 ounces.
It is.
Yep.
Then it's greater than 100 grams.
So, and it's a DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are you designing with this?
This is for the Hermes pattern in the Hades Down collection.
Okay, so you just have one more pattern you need to get yarn for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So how many patterns is it going to have? 4?
No.
5?
5, but one of them is 3 in 1.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Wait. 6, but one of them is 3 in 1.
Okay, well who? Hades?
Hades, Persephone, Orpheus, Eurydice, Hermes, and the Fates. I have yarn for Orpheus already. It's the dyed for yarn one you let me have from the Golden Skein.
Oh, I forgot about that one. And then you have...
I have Hades and Persephone, and this is Hermes and Orpheus. Eurydice is being dyed, and I need to message a dyer for the Fates.
Okay. I believe you if you say it. I'm not visualizing all the yarn, but I believe you. Okay, and that was lovely, and it was nice to meet some knitters. One of the ladies was like, I know you, and she knew me from my patterns. So that was kind of cool. So, yeah, so thanks for taking us along, Nadine. Any other yummies you want to talk about before we talk about our normal stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
And when we looked on Instagram a while ago, there's over 20,000 photos tagged.
Over 4 years, because we didn't do it the first year.
No. So that's really awesome, y'all. Thank you for participating in that way. So the September list has released, and it's kind of the end of summer, back to school, that start of autumn type stuff, as well as usual stuff. So, Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job, everybody. Yay. So it's never too late to join in. You just take a look at the prompt for the day. So for example, when we're recording it today, the prompt is Geeky Girls Knit because it's our Podiversary. So you take a picture related to that. You can interpret it however you want. We are very cheater friendly. You post it on Instagram. Make sure in your caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photos. And yours might get chosen. We still don't have nailed down events that we're going to be attending. We're trying to get settled here first, which I guess we can give a little update on that. So we're currently in Snohomish, house sitting for some friends. And then this weekend we will be heading to Edmonds, where we're planning to be for at least a couple of weeks. The Hubs had a job interview yesterday with a nonprofit. It was a second interview. He had a phone interview at the end of last week, and this was an in-person one. And he also has a phone interview today with another organization. So hopefully one of those is going to pan out, and we will be able to figure out where we want to live and get started finding a place and all that stuff. So that we can get back into a normal routine. So there is your we're in Seattle update. We're not technically in Seattle proper, but we're in the Seattle area. So, all right, well, we have more stuff to talk about, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading, Dammy?
I'm still reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, but that's probably a giving because it's a pretty big book.
Did you get any read on the train trip?
No, it was too long.
We ended up on the train for about 26 and a half hours because somebody parked a train on the tracks and we couldn't get past. But we made it. We're okay. Okay, do you want to say anything else about War and Peace? There was a war, there was peace. Yeah. Okay, so I finished reading Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear by Elizabeth Gilbert. And it was good. It was not as good as Eat, Pray, Love, which she also wrote. But it was okay. But I have started reading a new nonfiction book that I'm so excited about. It's called Liturgy of the Ordinary: Sacred Practices in Everyday Life by Tish Harrison Warren. Last I checked, it was available for $3.99 for the Kindle app on Amazon. So if this is something that might interest you, you should check it out. She is making what she did is she's taking different parts of your day, like eating your breakfast, brushing your teeth, the different things, and relating those to sacred practices. It's really, really interesting, and it's not a difficult read, and so I'm really, really enjoying that. And then fiction-wise, I finished reading the Hardy Brothers Security series by Lily Harper Hart. I read books 12 through 24.
How many did you read on the train?
I don't know. A lot, because I was reading and knitting. So this does have, these books do have adult content, so they're not safe for children, and they're available on Kindle Unlimited, and they are romantic mystery type stuff. And then I'm currently reading book 5 from the King Fountain series. It's called The Silent Shield, and it's by Jeff Walker, and Jeff Wheeler, and I'm really enjoying it. I am probably about halfway through it, and it's another Kindle Unlimited. I had read the first 4 books earlier this year, and then this book just came out in the last week or so. So I'm really enjoying it. And it is a magic, but set kind of in a King Arthur type time period. So, yeah. Okay, and then watching. I watched a couple of garage sale mystery movies. I watched Murder Most Medieval, and I watched A Case of Murder, and those were both pretty good. I cried watching A Case of Murder, like sobbing, crying watching. No, that was Murder Most Evil. I can't remember which one it was.
Why were you crying?
No, I was crying when I was reading the other book, one of the Hardy Brothers Security Series books. I was laying in bed reading it and crying my eyes out because there were some very sad things that happened. And then I've watched some various Hallmark Channel movies because we have Hallmark Movies and Mysteries Channel and Hallmark Channel where we're staying, and so I watched various ones of those. And then I finished rewatching season 1, and I'm rewatching season 2 of Outlander, which is not safe for children, the books or the TV. Dammy does not read or watch them, so make sure that you are aware of that so that little eyes don't see things that they shouldn't. So season 3 is starting on the 10th of September, so I'm trying to finish rewatching before that. So I'm very excited. And the plan is to have the Outlander shawl pattern that I designed release just before or at the same time as season 3 starts. I will let you know. I'm going to try to keep track of when packages are delivered so that hopefully most everybody, if not everybody, can receive their parcels before I release it. And then we've also rewatched various episodes of Monk because Monk was on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel, and so we've just had it on occasionally and just watched various episodes. Have you watched anything? No, but you have listened to stuff.
Yeah.
So I listened to our Spotify Ceecy and Dammy Love Musicals playlist a little bit. And what did you listen to?
Listened to 4 things, not 3 things. Listened to The Great Comet, and it's in its last week on Broadway. And I listened to The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Anastasia and Ghost Quartet.
Okay, so which one is it going to be that's going to be in Canada?
Hadestown
Okay,
in Edmonton, Alberta.
when?
November 11th through December 3rd.
Does anybody who is watching live there?
I just want a program, that's all. And sometimes if you ask the box office people, like, really politely, if they have extras, they'll give you a couple.
So if anybody lives there and would be willing to go get a program for Dammy, you will have our undying gratitude, and Dammy will probably squee a lot. So if you might be able to do that, could you reach out to us either to Java Pearl or Dammy's Doodles on Ravelry? And then what one is going to be here?
Ghost Quartet.
And it's not going to be here till January.
Yeah, I think it's half the month. I think it's the 14th or 15th through, like, February 1st or something, but I'm not sure. I just know it's in January.
So the individual tickets have not gone on sale yet. It's just been
Yeah.
the subscription thing. So hopefully they will go on sale soon because somebody has a birthday and maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
I don't have a birthday in January. It's in October.
Well, yeah, but you might receive tickets for your birthday. That would be cool, right?
Yeah. I wonder if they'll do it like they did in Edinburgh. They didn't have seats. Everyone sat on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
why did they sit on the floor?
Because
Why?
it was like a more intimate setting. It was like
In the-
they were in a circle.
In the round?
Yeah, the 4 of them were in the middle.
Okay.
And then everyone was sitting around them. That's how Hadestown does it too. But in Canada, they've got a proscenium, so it's not in the round there.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so is that everything?
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our June, July, August.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Ow.
So, this officially ends tomorrow.
Or, if you're watching it on the day this releases, today.
So this started on the 1st of June and it runs through the 31st of August. It's for any, okay, so we have two main rules. First, it has to be a Ravelry craft. So it's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summertime. Second rule is no whips are allowed. You have to start your project the 1st of June or later and finish by the 31st of August. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it fits with the rules. That's totally fine with us. We have lots of lovely prizes that are on the screen right now. If you'd like to know more about them, go to
geekygirlsnet.com.
There's photos and links, and we also talk about them in detail on the first podcast of the month, which will be next week when we announce the prize winners. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Net podcast group on Ravelry to participate. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the giveaways. The hashtag is hashtag GGKSummertime17. We will lock the thread the morning of the 1st of September, so that's Friday. So Friday morning when I get up, I will lock the thread, and then we'll announce the winners in next week's podcast. If you're a winner, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. There is a chatter thread in the Ravelry group so that you can encourage each other along the way, and Dammy also gives shout outs there to people who finish projects, but she's also going to give shout outs here on the podcast, and there's a lot of them because it's the end of coming up to the end. So Dammy, who finished projects it's the last week and a half because we recorded on Monday last week, so that's a little extra time.
Yes.
Okay, Dammy, shout out.
Okay. A1 Dawan, Adabar, Alien S, Allison Roseboom, Anvita Sinha 1, Ariaya, Asteroid, BZ Mom of 2, Cafe O Yarn, Collie in Stitch Girl, Country Bumps, Crafty Kathy K, Crafty Textile Lady, D Door 4, Deb Knits 2, Delaney 33, DG White, Eileen D, Aaron Ireland, Falling Star 12, Felipa MC, Frymeister, Gemma Bell, Happily Crafting, Hazy Summers, Inagata Dunita, Ingard Stoka, Jamie BB 1975, Gemin to Knit, Jalarima, Jenny Am I, Kana Soup, Karen Louise 59, Catriona Eileen, Kenneth Ellen, Knitasaurs, Knit Central, Knit Love Love, Knit Sandra W, Nitty Moomin, Little Angel SG2, LK1118, El McCall, Imdorm, Mimi Meng Wright, Mystery Sewer, She's Knitting Socks, Shirley Knits 123, Skyly Knits, Sleep Sleep Mom, Travel Socks, Twisting Pearls, BT Kimmy Kim, Windswept Monique, and York 109.
Great job, everybody. So finish up those projects, get them posted, and you might be a winner. All right, we have another owl starting, so let's talk about it. Hey, Dammy.
What?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's Christmas.
No, autumn is the most wonderful time. I love autumn. And autumn is coming. Knit faster.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I don't, but autumn is coming, so knit faster because you'll want your cozy knits. Jeremy, what are we referencing here?
Okay. This is our September, October, November artistic autumnal cal.
Autumnal is such a fabulous word. Autumnal. So let me tell you about this. Starts on the 1st of September. I'm dropping my sock. And it runs through the 30th of November. So again, the two main rules. It is for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin. You can convince us is related to autumn. How might they do that, Tammy, in case they're new to this?
By your project's color, colorway name, purpose, pattern, pattern name, design element, or if you can't think of anything, you made it in the autumn, unless you live in the southern hemisphere, but just go with it.
Yeah, go with it. It's always fun if people come up with really funny ways of how it relates, but it's totally fine if you need to fall back on the you made it in the autumn. The second rule, no whips are allowed. So project has to be started the 1st of September or later and finished by the 30th of November. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it fits in the rules. Okay, so we have some prizes to share with you. Now, a couple of the prizes are vacuum packed in our luggage. And so we have not been able to get those out to photograph them. So there are links to the companies in the show notes, and we will get those photos as soon as we can. I was able to find some of the photos that we needed online, so I did use those. And also, before we talk about what the prizes are, if you are a yarn company or a yarn dyer, a pattern designer, a project bag maker, stitch marker maker, whatever, something, anything knit, crochet, weave, spin related, and would like to donate a prize, is somebody out there?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You were like looking up.
I was just looking.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe Daddy was up there waving or something. If you would like to donate a prize to the OWL, you can PM me, Java Pearl on Ravelry, or you can email us at
geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
and we are happy to have prizes donated. So here are the prizes that we currently have that will be awarded for this OWL. Sorry, words escaping. Need more coffee. It's over there. So, Dammy, do you want to start?
Sure. There's a Charlie Brown needle holder and stitch markers from Kimmery's Knickknacks.
There's a skein of Gnome Acres Stars Hollow yarn donated by Kelly, who is Kelly Cron on Ravelry.
Pom Pom Quarterly, issue 8. I'm not sure what season or year that is.
I think it's spring 2014, maybe.
Which was donated by Ramona Firehorse.
There is a copy of Nala's Big Sister Shawl Pattern by Amanda Raitt.
A bicycle project bag, which is gently used by Knit Run Dig, and a Harry Potter wand keychain together.
There is an embroidery tote bag from Edinburgh Yarn Festival. This is the ones that you can embroider yourself. I need to do mine still, but I'm going to turn it into a pillow. Mm-hmm. And then you do the last one?
A copy of the Beach Hut Socks pattern donated by the designer Zoe Carter.
So there are the prizes. If you'd like to know more about them or see more pictures of them, you can look in the show notes.
GeekyGirlsKnit.com.
So you have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread is one entry into the giveaways, and I'll unlock those threads on Friday.
If you have multiple projects, like a shawl and a pair of socks, if you put them in separate posts, that's one entry for each. One post is only one entry, no matter how many projects you put into that one post.
Right, because we just use a random number generator and
use the post numbers of the thread.
Exactly. And please, no chatter in the FO thread. We have to delete chatter occasionally.
Because it messes with picking the random numbers.
Right. Okay, so the social media hashtag is hashtag GGKAutumn17. We will lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of December and draw winners on the podcast after that. If you are a winner, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. And there is a chatter thread. It's already open in the Ravelry group. So yay, autumn. I'm so excited. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
So what is this week's question, Dammy?
This week's question comes from Rhonda, who is dueling needles from Pennsylvania. Hello, ladies. I've been watching your old podcasts, and I'm almost to the point of your move to Scotland. You mentioned in several podcasts about Geeky Girls knit buttons.
Badges or buttons.
That you had. Any chance that you have any left or plans to get more? I would love to have some for my project bags.
We don't have any left. We gave them all away, and we have not ordered new ones. So when we did those, it was very much a thing for podcasters to have buttons or badges to give away at fiber festivals or events.
You had several that were very, very large.
Like
2 inches in diameter.
Yeah, ours were the small ones that were like.
How much is 2 inches? No, they were that big. That's more than 2 inches. That's like
ours
4.
I can't remember if ours were 3/4 of an inch or an inch.
I think they were 3/4 because they were
they were
tiny.
Small ones. So anyway, back when we did those, it was really popular for podcasters to do that. However, it's become not as much a thing anymore. Mm-hmm. So we haven't ordered any new ones. And at this moment, we don't plan to.
We have the business cards.
We need to order new business cards, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't.
Dual business cards.
Yes, we're gonna do dual business cards. And I think what we're going to do is, I found some that are square. And I think we're going to put the Geeky Girls Knit podcast info on the back. And on the front, we're going to put the Java Pearl Designs info. But what we do when we do fiber festivals is, except for the physical books, we do coupon codes for individual patterns or ebooks or whatever. So I think we're going to leave room on the Java Pearl Designs part to put a label on there with the coupon code if somebody buys a pattern. But we can also give them away just as people want business cards. Okay, however, let me say this. If you are wanting something with the Geeky Girls Knit logo on it, the 5th Podiversary kit has something very special with the Geeky Girls Knit logo on it that we do not plan to repeat at this time. So if you are wanting a bag with the Geeky Girls Knit logo on it, I'm not telling them what kind it is.
Okay.
A bag of some kind with the Geeky Girls Knit logo on it. Go pre-order the 5th Podiversary kits because, like I said, it won't be repeated. Okay. So did we answer the question?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for the question, Rhonda. If somebody has a question for us, what should they do, Dammy?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right, and we will answer it in the order that they were asked, unless it's a time-sensitive thing. All right, let's move on to the next segment. That's it. Yay! We don't have a review this week since we were going to talk about since we talked about the second along. We aren't doing one. However, the plan is to, as long as they have a copy, still copies in stock, is to pick up the new Pom Pom Quarterly autumn issue when we're over in Edmonds and review it on next week's episode. Also, let me just say this. If you are a pattern designer or if you have individual patterns or books or ebooks, or you're a yarn dyer or whatever, and you would like us to review something of yours or more than one thing of yours on our podcast and or do a giveaway for it, we are happy to do that. If you just reach out to me, Java Pearl on Ravelry, or email us at
geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
we are happy to talk to you about that. I don't think we have any announcements this week, just our normal stuff. And just to thank you again for being part of our podcast family. So let's talk about how you can support the podcast. You can support the podcast in many ways. Watching it, commenting in our Ravelry thread, giving us a thumbs up on YouTube, commenting on YouTube, subscribing on iTunes, giving us reviews on iTunes, participating in the Owls, meeting us at events and fiber festivals. I don't know. All those things. Thank you for doing that. But we'd like to say a special thank you to those who support the podcast financially, because there are lots of behind the scenes costs that, especially like shipping out prizes next week and such like that. So if you would like to support the podcast financially, there's 3 ways you can do it. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount per month to your favorite creatives, and you get rewards back based on what you pledge. If you would like to know more about that, you can go to
patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
If you have any questions about that, either you feel free to contact us, because we're happy to talk to you about that. What's another way, Dammy?
There is a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And I totally lost. I was like, what else is what's the third one? We are Amazon.com, .co.uk, and .canada affiliates. So if you're going to shop on Amazon, if you click through our website first, we will get money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast doing something you are already going to be doing. August and September are always really good months for us with people buying school supplies, and November, December when people are buying Christmas or winter holiday gifts. So thank you so much for that, because we've had a really good month on that because of back to school. So Dammy, if they want to know more about this or want any of that, or where to find us online, including everything we talked about today, all the links to everything we talked about today, they can do what?
Go to our show notes at geekygirlsknit.com, and there are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Rally, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. Happy 5th Podiversary, because you're just as much part of this as we are. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. And next week, we'll be coming to you from Edmonds, Washington, which is north of Seattle as well. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy knitting. We love you guys. Bye. Hi, so we're outside. The Hubs is going to help me try to point out where things are. It's kind of cloudy, so we're not able to see the mountains, but we can at least give you an idea. Okay, so we are on the back deck. So you see there's the neighbor's house there. So right here in front of us, there's a, oh, there's my finger. I can't do this way. Okay, here we go. Right over here, what mountain is that back there that's hidden?
It's Mount Baker.
Okay.
And then,
but also over here is where they do we've seen several hot air balloons back this way, and also the parachuting from a plane.
and skydivers, and then on a very clear day we can see some peaks from the Western Cascades by Vancouver, British Columbia.
Okay, and then we come around this way. Do you remember what the mountains are back here?
That's in between that tip and that tip, and there's two mountains. I don't remember their names.
Okay.
There's two mountains here, and then Rainier's back here behind those trees, but we can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see it because it's just so cloudy. So, but we are outside at this beautiful, beautiful house, and hopefully we'll get to a place where the clouds clear up and we can show you some photos, maybe, or video of what we see back here. All right, have a great rest of your week. Bye.